Argument number 8, I think the most fascinating of all the arguments, made famous by C.S. Lewis, the argument from desire. If you consult your own heart, you find that you desire many things. Some of the things you desire are artificially conditioned by society, and they don't come from the structure of your own heart, and you don't find them in everybody. For instance, I deeply desire to whoop the damn Yankees, but a Yankee fan wouldn't have that desire. Or I desire to go to the land of Oz, because I saw the movie when I was a little kid, and I always liked The Wizard of Oz, but most people wouldn't. I would like to fly through the air like Superman, but there is no Superman. Those arguments prove nothing. Forget them. But there are also desires that are innate and natural, and we all have them. And they prove something. Desires like hunger. We all have desire for food. Thirst. Sex. We all have sexual desires. Loneliness. We all desire company. Justice. We all desire justice. Beauty. We all desire beauty. So there are common desires that all human beings have. And every single one of those desires corresponds to something real. If there's hunger, there must be food. You might not get it, but hunger proves that food exists. If you have sexual desires, there must be sex. How strange it would be if you went to some other planet and found a race of intelligent beings there that was constantly falling in love with a second sex that didn't exist. That would be as silly as finding a race of beings that was silicone-based and not carbon-based and kept longing for steaks that they couldn't eat. So every single innate, natural, and universal desire in the human heart always corresponds to an objectively real entity. All right. Do we then have a natural, instinctive, and universal desire for God? Well, in one sense, no. If you give an atheist the Bible and say, that's God, don't you desire that he exists? The atheist will always say, no, of course not. I would rather live in a world without such a being. But if what you mean by God is something not that specific, but simply a being that's absolutely perfect, absolutely beautiful, absolutely good, and the fulfillment of the deepest desire of your heart, which nothing in this universe can ever fulfill or even imagine to fulfill, which is why you can't imagine a heaven that you want to live in forever, because your imagination is too weak. If you mean by God simply something that lacks all the imperfection in everything in the cosmos and everything in your experience, and that would satisfy this itch that is in you, at least unconsciously, all the time, which is why you have a lover's quarrel with the world, why nobody is absolutely, totally, and completely happy. A being that would make you absolutely, totally, completely happy in ecstasy and not bored forever. Wouldn't you like such a being to exist? Yes. Well, then that's an innate desire. And if innate desires correspond to objective realities, that's at least an intensely strong clue that such a reality exists, like a love letter deposited from God in your heart.